Well, hey there. Good afternoon, and welcome to Until the Next Tee Up blog, the home of organic golf reviews. It's Alex, and I'm just out here in my backyard today. And if I would do a little bit of a video review, I just posted a written review on my website, Until the Next Tee Up blog, on these golf balls. It's the first golf ball review for 2020, and that review is that of the Wilson Staff Duo Soft Plus seen here in my hands. I received a couple of these samples down at the PGA show on demo day, and I had hoped to get some rounds of golf in to do some ball testing down there, which I did manage to do. I tested this golf ball, at the Lakeland YMCA Par 3 golf course. They have a pretty good facility there. It's a first tee facility, but their short game area is very good. They have nice bunkers to hit out of. They have a nice putting green, and they have a nice chipping and pitching area as well. So I used that facility to test the short game, specifically putting, chipping, pitching, bunker shots. And then I also played around with golf down there, where I tested this ball and a few other ones that I was testing to see what they would do in real time, real environment kind of a thing, where you're using it for tee to green. About this golf ball, it's a 35 compression golf ball. So when I think of companies that are in the golf industry that produce very good low compression, soft feeling golf balls, the first brand I think of is actually Wilson Staff. They've done the Duo right. This is a chassis that's been used coming from the 50 initially, and then they had their Wilson Zip. Then they introduced the Duo, and the initial Duo and other iterations of that golf ball has performed very well. So why not use a lot of that chassis in producing a new golf ball? The Duo Professional from last year was probably the best golf ball that I played in 2020, short game especially on firm greens. When I first tested it down in Florida back in 2019 and during the March, the Professional was unbelievable. So I was really curious to see how the new Duo Soft Plus would perform. Here it is. Here you can see the the shield and that. So again, it's a 35 compression golf ball. They've added a new a whole bunch of new materials that I can't pronounce. They all begin with the letter P, and it's all part of their new core system, or their new, the new innards of the golf ball. The technology that they're calling it is Velocitigore, and I hope I said that right. I probably didn't, but anyways, that's the the DNA of the golf ball. This golf ball feels great, as you might expect it to be, being a soft golf ball, being 35 compression. I've always been a fan personally of using a softer golf ball. It's something that I've really gone towards and leaned towards over the last several years. Maybe it's me getting up in age, being older. All I know is feels is an intimate thing for us golfers, and this golf ball feels great off the putter. It didn't matter if it was, the Axis One that I was testing, or, back here at home using the MOI Max from Lateral Line Putters. Made no difference. The ball feels great off the putter. Spin. If this ball has one issue, it's the greenside spin. I felt that, I would hit my shots accordingly. I would, fly a lob wedge or whatever 80% of the way to the pin, and I was shocked when these balls would land and they would just sort of kind of release past the pin. When I backed things up a little bit and I, backed off from 80% and flew them 65-70% of the way to the pin, I counted for the rollout, and the results were pretty good. More of the same for chipping as well. This golf ball, I found it will not, it would release, essentially, is what it would do with greenside shots. From an approach spin, that's a little bit different. The full approach spin, or 3/4 even, from say 50 yards out, 100 yards out, 150. I really noticed that on greens that really should have had, maybe some ball marks, these were shots that were hit in that would typically make ball marks. I hit a high golf ball, and the greens were pretty firm, so no ball marks. That said, I would say that this golf ball, it has stop and drop capabilities, and I was pretty impressed with the full approach spin with it, or full shot spin. Off the driver, I would say that this golf ball is, it feels great. Again, it's sort of kind of, it ties into that whole thing about feel and that. But it feels great off the driver. It felt great off all the irons. But the spin off the driver, I would say that it's a low spinning golf ball off the driver. I found it to be, relatively long in comparison to, other balls I was testing at the time. I won't mention the company names or anything, but just know that the golf ball was longer. Speaking of which, the distance, I found that I was hitting down there a pitching wedge about 125. Typically, I'm in that 130, 135 bracket. So, being at sea level versus where I typically play, which is above sea level, the golf ball, it was giving me about 125, 130 kind of a thing. So up here, that would probably translate into my, 135, 140, give me, say, 5 to 10 yards more. We'll go with a nice round 7, play in between. So I would say this golf ball was longer than, well, for sure longer than, some of the balls I was testing down in Florida during the PGA Show week or after the PGA Show. Let's see here. What else can I talk about with this golf ball? Let's see here. We talked distance. We talked spin, putting. There's a putting alignment aid on here. I'll just show it to you real fast. Just gonna fumble around with the package here for a couple seconds as we open it up. Again, putting was really good with this golf ball. There's a simple alignment aid on it where it says Duo Soft. It's bookended by a couple chevrons. Can't really see it there, but they're there. It's just a little bit blurry, it looks like. So this ball rolls true, meaning there's no wobble. All in all, it's a good golf ball. So the pros are this golf ball is a long golf ball, or long in relative to whatever. It's a great feeling golf ball. The feel is buttery off the irons, off the wedges, off the putter. You can really feel the ball compress off the metal woods. It's a good performer, except for the one little caveat that the greenside spin is a little bit lacking. Bear in mind, this is a two-piece performance golf ball. So we are talking about a two-piece ball, and typically what we're talking about with a two-piece golf ball is distance comes first. It's a distance golf ball. So if you play it accordingly with your short game shots, anticipate some rollout, you'll be very, very impressed with the performance of this golf ball, especially the price. The price comes to you at $19.99 US per dozen. So, that's a lot of, bang for the golfer buck, so to speak. So anyways, I'm going to get going. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you have a chance, give the Wilson Staff Duo Soft Plus a chance. Take care, and we'll see you on the next tee.